So, couples therapy is about healing, repairing, bringing people together. Sometimes it can be a tough slog. You have two people who jump at the chance to feed their partner to a cackle of hyenas, and they'd laugh right along with those fiendish beasts. Shit. What then? Can couples therapy help? Can we get back that loving feeling? Let's see. Ted and Diane. Cheers. Does anyone still remember their names? And can we help these two? Easy peasy. Sure, they're fighting like cats and dogs. But the sexual tension is fairly crackling with these two. Get them to quit hitting below the belt and start tending to other business down there? A simple two-step. We come off looking like some kind of couples guru when it was mostly nature, and keeping these two sticking their noses in each other's business on the same couch for 50 minutes. Go figure. Bill and Hillary. Shit. We know what the peanut gallery says. He is such a bastard. She is such a bitch. Touché. Equally hated. That could be an aphrodisiac. Couples can circle the wagons when incoming strikes. The thing is, with power couples, the looks, the money, the power, this stuff attracts attention. It's hard to keep this genie in the bottle. The grass can look mighty green out there. There's Bermuda. There's Kentucky bluegrass. Not to mention zoysia. Shit. Who doesn't like to look at a beautiful lawn? Jack and Jackie come to mind. All the tut-tutting about Jack and his philandering. Thing is, Jackie was no shrinking violet. She liked to get out in the yard and play too. Fairness is always the thing with couples, whether it's the rich and famous or the rest of us. The able couples therapist will get the couple sparring with each other. There's anger, they're up in arms, there's sparks. All right then. If something more is happening with this couple, the stage is set. Anger can get the blood moving, but only so far. You see how this thing works. You see where this thing is headed. Other more intimate forces will take this thing over the finish line. How about a divided nation? The red and the blue. Conservative and liberal. An elephant and a donkey. Holy shit, I mean, that is some ugly ass coupling. What gives? Who's giving? Let's see. Race and religion don't seem to be dividing people anymore. People of different races can't get enough of each other. Everyone's mixing and matching. How's that working? I'm thinking Steph Curry, Mariah Carey. I'm thinking pretty well. The racial purity crowd has grown stale, pasty, smaller in size. These guys are bored and boring. Tucker Carlson is playing Snow White to this crew, and I'm hoping they stay put in the forest. They've got Fox to keep them company. For the rest of us, it's a Technicolor world we live in. Beautiful Technicolor. As for religious differences, shit. When has that mattered? God, Allah, Yahweh, Buddha, Shiva, 6-1. Most of us with decent blood pressure are looking to worship something we can put our arms around. Trying so earnestly to please a higher power has always seemed a little bit like a fool's errand. How much is enough? So, you've been mostly good. Cool. Who hasn't? That puts you in with a big crowd. That line waiting to get into purgatory is pretty long. Pleasing God? I don't know. Now, pleasing our partners? Hell yes. What wouldn't we do? No meat on Fridays? Giving up candy for Lent? Child's play. Sunday morning worship? Most of us are hungover. Believers and non-believers alike are doing most of their serious worshiping on Saturday night. As for political differences, holy shit. Power and money only go so far. If you're a Republican, you're cruising with Mitch McConnell. Mitch McConnell. Holy shit. Does anybody want to get with this guy? He's hard to look at. Dude is a complete sexual buzzkill. Dude works better than saltpeter or the Catholic Church when it comes to squashing a sex vibe. Donald Trump had it going in the looks department in the early years, though he still seemed to pay for most of his action. Now that he's the Pillsbury Doughboy, non-disclosure agreements are a joke. Who the hell's admitting getting with this guy? How about the rest of the GOP? Maybe that happening crew storming the Capitol on January 6th. Let's give these guys a look. Maybe that bearded, horned, flag-draped, unemployed guy. Wearing the sneakers, cool. Moving with a purpose. This, just after redoing that room in his parents' basement. Very motivated, yeah. Mostly hanging out on the couch down there, playing video games, trying earnestly to cut down on his pot smoking. Finally, finding ambition. Woo! Storming the castle. Dude now talks nonstop about how he's gonna get arrested for showing up. Very intense. Finally, someone, anyone, wants this guy. And then there's dude strutting through Walmart with his holstered pistol strapped over his tucked-in flannel and jeans, daring someone, anyone, to give him some shit. Newsflash, dude, people are leaving the store to get away from you. Exactly no one digs this shit. And how about the Bible-toting, finger-wagging, holier-than-nows, browbeating the women making their way into Planned Parenthood? And then there's racist dude who attempts to assault an 80-year-old Asian woman and then gets his ass kicked by her. Dude astonishingly laying there looking like we should feel sorry for him. And then there's Marjorie Taylor Greene. Holy shit. This loudmouth homunculus. Love that footage of her bully-ragging that high school kid who survived the Parkland massacre. This is the face of the GOP. Does anyone want a piece of that? Top couples therapists can usually find a soft spot, something to bring opposing forces together. You'd think COVID would do it. We're all trying to fight this thing. We're all in this thing together. Nope. Stupid is as stupid does. Sex is usually the thing that brings couples together. How to get some lipstick on this elephant. How to bring these guys on the right back in the game. How to generate some spark with this crew. Tough sell. I know, couples therapy usually involves talk. Listening, understanding, getting that verbal back and forth going, generating some heat. Thing is, for this to work, both parties have to sport at least some mental facility, some capacity to grasp, to acknowledge what they see, what they hear, and especially what they feel. You know what I'm saying? The current version of the GOP struggles here. No way to put this kindly. In treating problems, psychiatry will almost always try talk first, even with couples. Far too often, it's not enough. What then? Behavior modification? Yeah. And yes, pharmaceuticals. The power of chemistry. Yeah. Strange as this is going to sound, I am thinking masks. Yeah, masks. I know fear of catching a virus and dying didn't do it for these guys, but I'm thinking surely this crew still does want to get laid, don't they? Enforced mask wearing would give most of these guys at least half a chance. Other ideas. How about blind date Mondays on Tinder and Bumble? Shit, something to give a few of this crew the experience of getting swiped right. Dudes aren't working, so Monday might as well be Saturday. And after a dry, lonely weekend, many are willing to connect with practically anything. How about Viagra in the water? Shit, a vigorous sex drive has to be equally important as fluoride and white teeth when it comes to getting people in the groove. A rising tide lifts all boats, even those with a hole in their hull. What's left? Electric shock therapy? Yeah. That would be a new deal that might actually improve their lives and put many in the mood. No, it makes too much sense. The right is all about their grievances. They're angry, they're bitter, and that's that. Healing and change have no meaning for these guys. Even the best couples therapists can't seem to get this crew into the game. What now? Divorce is probably out of the question. What's left? Step back. Let Snow White, Tucker Carlson, do his thing. Keep this flock as deep in the forest as possible. Hope their size keeps getting smaller and smaller. Maybe pick off a few. Might be some hope for Happy and Doc. Shit, a maybe for Sneezy. And what the heck, Bashful. As for Sleepy, Grumpy, and for sure Dopey, what are you gonna do? Some folks are just not getting in the game.